Number 1 says you can work at most 20 hours next week. You earn at least $92. Sorry, you need to earn at least $92 to cover your weekly expenses. So I've seen you guys underlining and circling the important information as you read, which I think is really great. So here we have at most 20 hours, at least $92. It says your dog walking job pays $7.50 per hour. And your job as a car wash attendant pays $6 per hour. So let's start out by writing a system of linear inequalities to model this situation. So the first thing I need are 2 variables. What 2 variables would y'all like to use?
2, C, and D.
All right, so C and D. Because I said 2. So what does C stand for? What about the car wash job? We know it's $6 per hour. What do we not know? How many hours? So C is going to stand for the number of hours at my car wash job. So D stands for the number of hours dog walking, right? Bless you. Bless you. All right. So, my first sentence says I can work at most 20 hours next week. So C and D both stand for the number of hours spent at each job, right? So I could say C, the number of hours spent at my car washing job, plus D, the number of hours spent at my dog walking job. And if it's at most, is that going to be less than or greater than? Less than or equal to, because at most, right? 20. All right. Next it says you need to earn at least $92 to cover your weekly expenses. So 92 because you were reading it backwards? Nice. So we know that that symbol is going to say greater than or equal to if we're reading it left to right, because how much we actually make needs to be more than $92, right? So let's see here. So we earn $7.50 dog walking. So I'm going to say 7.5 D. And we earn $6 at the car wash. 6C. So my 2 equations, we have 2 unknowns, right? Our C and our D. And then our 2 equations talk about 2 different things about our job, right? There's 2 things I know about my job: the amount of time I work and the amount of money I make. So that's why I'm writing the 2 equations. The first one was about the amount of time I can spend working. The second equation was about the amount of money that I can make. All right. So let's see. Let's take a look at number 2. I want to give you an opportunity to try 2, and then we're going to check it together. On number 2 says, eyes up here, please. Eyes up here, please. Number 2 says, Marcia is buying plants and soil for her garden. The soil costs $4 per bag, and plants cost $10 each. Those things seem important. Soil costs $4 per bag. Plants cost $10 each. Ladies. She wants to buy at least 5 plants and can spend no more than $100. So the first thing I need to do is decide on 2 variables and define what they mean. So I need 2 variables.
S and P.
All right. S and P. What do S and P stand for?
Soil and
What about the soil?
that we don't know how many bags.
We don't know how many bags. So S is the number of bags of soil, right? So P will be the number of plants, right? All right. So it says soil costs $4 per bag, and I saw some people write 4S. What does 4S mean?
$4 per bag.
All right, so $4 per bag, but if I multiply $4 times the number of bags I bought, what does that tell me? My total that I spent on soil, right? And 10, not Y, P. 10P tells me how much I spent on plants, right? So is this talking about total number of plants or total amount of money? Amount of money. And it says here, that Marcia can spend no more than $100. So will this be less than or greater than? Less than or equal to 100, because Marcia cannot spend more than $100. All right, the second one's kind of tricky. Here it says she wants to buy at least 5 plants. Is she saying anything about soil? No. So my plants, the number of plants is what? No. What's my variable? So P. At least means she's going to buy more or less? More. Greater than or equal to how many? 5. That's our system. Would you like to do one more together?
Yes.
All right. Number 3. Number 3 says Jonah is going to the store to buy candles. Small candles cost $3.50. Large candles cost $5. He needs to buy at least 20 candles, and he cannot spend more than $80. All right, so I'm going to find my important information. So small candles cost $3.50. It is. Large candles cost $5. Maybe it is. He needs to buy at least 20 candles. Cannot spend more than $80. All right, so I'm going to start out. I need 2 variables.
S and L.
S and L. So what does S stand for?
Small candles.
What about the small candles? The number of small candles, right?
What is that under the S?
That's an L. So S is going to be my number of small candles. L will be my number of large candles. All right, so the first equation, do you all want that one to be about the total number of candles or the total amount spent? Total number. All right, so if I add the total number of small candles, S, plus my total number of large candles, L, it says he needs to buy at least 20, right? So that's going to be, what? How am I going to compare that to 20? So if it's at least, does he want to buy more than 20 or less than 20? He wants to buy at least 20. More than, right? So greater than or equal to 20. All right. Guys, side conversations need to stop. says he cannot spend more than $80. Well, we know that a small candle costs $3.50. So 350 times S, the number of small candles, will tell me how much money he spent on small candles. Plus 5L will tell me how much Jonah spent on large candles. So he cannot spend more than 80. So which is bigger, what he actually spent or the 80? The 80. So we're going to say less than or equal to.